Alright guys, what is up? It is your boy Poe Pro broadcasting live and direct from the Poe Production Studios, and we are about to play Mega Man 6 for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Support Nintendo. Buy a Switch. Cha-ching, thank you for the monetary advertisement. Alright guys, we're going to play Mega Man 6. This game was released back in 1993. How old was I in 93? I was 9 years old in 1993. I do remember playing this game for the first time down the block at my neighbor's house. They had it, and it was cool because, you know, I just love Mega Man. So, like, my first exposures to Mega Man were like Mega Man 1, 2, 3, and 6. Then I played 5, and 4 was the last one of the original classic 6 that I played. So let's get crack-a-lackin' and let us start with Mega Man 6. (1993). Capcom presents. In the year 20XX80, the first annual robot tournament was held. With 8 of the world's most powerful robots. But Mr. X, the sponsor of the tournament, took control of the robots and began to take over the world. Why, Mr. X? Why? It's time to tell you the truth. I've been manipulating that fool Dr. Wily from the beginning. But now I no longer need Dr. Wily's help. Come and face my power, Mega Man. We'll stop you. Follow me, Rush. And there we have the lazily told story of Mega Man 6. I do like this game. It is well made, but it kind of ends up being incredibly easy for all the Mega Man games, and I'll explain why as we play along. Oh, this is the intro. You know what? We'll let the demo play. I actually forgot this game had a demo. So I'm not playing, this is the demo. I completely forgot there was a demo in this game. So this computer player playing as Mega Man really is not too good. I'm figuring maybe it's someone's first time playing the game. Well, whatever. Alright, so anyway, while we're looking at the select screen, I'll kind of explain what the story is of this game. So, we have a robot tournament being held where all the robots represent different areas of the world. So we have up here Blizzard Man, who represents what I'm going to say is Canada. And I'll explain it as we go on the stage. Wind Man is representing China. Flame Man is either representing the Middle East or India. I'm going to say Middle East. Plant Man is supposedly representing the Amazon, but some people say he represents San Francisco. Tomahawk Man represents the Old West in America. Yamato Man represents Japan. Night Man is Europe, I guess England. And Centaur Man represents Greece. So basically there was a giant Olympics for robots representing the world being held, and the sponsor for the tournament, this guy by the name of Mr. X, reprograms the robots and wants to take over the world. And apparently he was working with Dr. Wily, but he backstabbed him. Alright, so we do have a viewer in here. Feel free to pick our first robot master. Otherwise, I will be picking, and I'm going to sort of try to make it random, but there is a specific order I'm going to go in, and I'll explain why as we play. Alright, otherwise I will pick. My mother said to pick the very best one, and you are it. Nightman. I don't want to do Nightman first. Come on, random viewers, pick a robot master for me. Goodness. Alright, that's it. I'm picking one. I am going to choose Plant Man. You get all this cool little info that means nothing. He's from the Forgotten Area. He runs on solar energy, and he's a flower fancier. This game makes the little robot introduction screen super duper fancy. It tells you like the height of the robot, the weight of the robot, what their mobility is, their attack power, the defense power. It doesn't mean anything. I mean, it might give you a little bit of a glimpse as to like how aggressive they might be. If anything, I'll say Plant Man has semi-high defense, only because of his weapon. So here's Plant Man's level. Got these little helicopters that shoot out of the trees. We got little frogs that kind of hide in the grass here. They're not too hard. Unfortunately, I cannot get those items because I am lacking a certain item in this game, and I'll explain how to break those blocks later. Here's your Mr. Big in this game. I do like, if you look closely enough, like his eyes flash for like a frame while he's dropping down. The Mega Buster is back in full effect, and it's pretty strong in this game, but not as strong as it is in Mega Man 5. Mega Man 5, the Mega Buster just annihilates everything in its path. Here we got Eddie. That time he gave me something useful. One thing I will note about Mega Man 6, it is by far the easiest game on the Nintendo. It has a couple glaring differences with other games. One of the funniest things, you can't jump out of a slide. Now if you hit the jump button while you're sliding, it'll make your slide shorter, so we're going to see how long I go here. So we're on this platform, I pretty much comfortably covered. Now watch, I'm going to hit the jump button while I'm sliding. It will end your slide prematurely. Ironically, all the other games you can jump out of the slide. This one you can't. You almost have to like double tap the button to do it. Weird little anomaly. Does it affect the gameplay? Not at all. One thing I really want to point out is we don't have Rush in this game. Technically we get Rush later, but there's no Rush coil. This game does one cool thing with Rush that actually is added in some of the later games. Now, Mega Man 6 is by far the easiest Mega Man game. In fact, I've beaten this entire game using just the Mega Buster. None of the bosses really pose that big a challenge. There's maybe like one or two. So here's a little thing in Plant Man's level that I kind of wasn't talking about. We have springs. The way these work, all you gotta do is just hold down the jump button. And Mega Man will go flying up. You don't have to time it like, say, Mario 3. But you gotta be careful. Now right here, you will not hit those spikes so long as you do not hit the jump button. So it's just there to kind of, you know, make you feel nervous. Another cool little thing here. Sometimes the Mega Buster can push enemies back in this game. It serves a little bit of a purpose. Some bosses do bum rush you a little bit, but it's not too big a deal. I think I just heard my friend's car horn, so he should be ringing my doorbell any second. When you're getting up to this area, do not rush through it. This could be a tough area to go through your first time. These things in the trees, you have to shoot them to get them open, because they serve as platforms for you to jump on. You actually kind of have to do this in this level. Not right in this spot, but over here you have to. Otherwise, you're going to die. There's actually cool little power-ups inside the plants here in the background. I think that's a cool little touch. This is where things get a little hard in Plant Man's level. There's a lot of stuff to look out for here. Take your time. Remember to hold down the A button to jump across these pits. This is cool. The little enemy is getting affected by the environment. You know, he's bouncing up on springs. Cool little touch. I actually find that to be really cool. Wish this game did it a bit more. This part's a little hard, but take your time. And we're good. Plant Man is an absolute joke of a boss. A lot of the bosses in this game are really easy. The only robot masters here that can pose any challenge to you would be Yamato Man, Nightman, oh sorry, not Nightman, Yamato Man, Tomahawk Man, and Flame Man. So right now, I'm never gonna get hit. So long as you just run to the right corner and stay there, Plant Man will pretty much never hit you. Now sometimes he might, because he'll shoot his plant barrier super close to you and you have like very little room to dodge it. But overall, if you stay in this corner, he'll never hit you. Now unfortunately, you can't hit him when he has the plant shield up. Okay, that time I did. I must have timed it well. So let me take out Plant Man. You know, turn him into mulch. You've been fertilized, Plant Man. Now right there, he almost hit me. But yeah, like I said, he's a joke. And Plant Man is down for the count. I turned you into mulch, buddy. You're wilted. You get Plant Barrier and Rush Jet Adapter. This is cool. I really like Mega Man 6's weapon screen. It tells you what the weapon is and shows a little example of what it does. I think that's awesome. This is the first game to kind of really do that, and I think it's an awesome touch. Now for the longest time, the first time I played this game, I had no idea why is there a Mega Man 1-up symbol in there. I revisited levels thinking I did something wrong, like maybe I missed something. But I realized something. Each of these levels, if you beat it the proper way, and I'll explain while we go along, each of these empty boxes when you kill a boss will have something in it. So the first time I played this game, Centaur Man was the first robot master that I defeated. His screen was black. I had no idea why, because I'm like, okay, I'm figuring that's normal, because every other game before that, the screen is black when you beat an enemy. I beat Windman next, and it had this little 1-up symbol in it. I had no idea why. It bothered me forever until I figured out why, and I'm going to tell you later in the playthrough. So the next robot master we are going to face is going to be Blizzard Man. I'm absolutely going in the worst order. Blizzard Man. He uses solar energy, he's on the frozen island, and he's the master of snow. The Blizzard Man's level takes place in Canada. We got one of the coolest enemies ever right here, these little walrus dudes. And that's a new thing in Mega Man 6, these little exploding platforms. They will be popping up in later games as well. So Mega Man 6 introduced a lot of stuff. Now right there, that 1-up I cannot get to because it's being blocked by a snow barrier that can only be destroyed by the fire weapon. Now we do have a robot master named Flame Man, so I want you guys to try and figure out who has the fire weapon. Now right here we have an ice block that I can't destroy. And there's a reason why I can't destroy it, because I'm missing a certain weapon. Here we have little curling things. These things are awesome. I love them. Oh, my buddy's here. You're late. So we started off with Plant Man, now we're doing Blizzard Man. So I'm going in a stupid order, and you can pick the rest. Yeah. If you want to be evil, make me revisit stages, we can do that.
That's alright, you can do it your way.
Now personally, I don't like not going through here without Flame Man's power, because I really enjoy messing around with the Rush Adapter. Because you can actually like punch these enemies and they go flying the other way. Did you ever experiment a little bit with that?
Yeah. Yeah, you can push those guys.
It's like this game has some great ideas, but it just ends up getting it ends up being forgettable just because the difficulty is like non-existent in this game. It's almost like one of those games where they add some new ideas but didn't get everything, all the kinks out. Oh, that was cheap. They didn't get all the kinks out till later. You know, like in later titles. Cool little thing, you actually get a little animation to Mega Man leaning forward there. So he's like showing you his butt.
Was that on the other games?
Not many of them. Alright guys, here we got a little Kraken octopus enemy. I don't know if it is a squid. Very annoying because he shoots these little ice block platforms and you gotta destroy them to hit him, and then he shoots homing missiles. A lot of multitasking. Now I really do like the little submarine here because it has a little mechanic that's not used in Mega Man games. When you fire your weapon, it goes off in a little arc. So right now my Mega Buster's kind of going upwards a little bit.
Yeah, I never noticed that. I didn't really pay attention to it.
You know why? Because it's not really needed to be done ever. So for instance, if you want to get the drop on this guy, you can shoot him from right there. That's like the only time it's ever really useful.
This game came out after Mega Man X, didn't it?
It's 1993.
That's the same year as Mega Man X. I don't know if it was before or after.
I'm not sure which way it is. Alright, this part seems like it's hectic, but it's really not. Just kind of keep jumping. One thing about this game is there's way too many sound effects in this game. Sometimes I like just zoning out and enjoying the music of the games.
I want to say this came out before Mega Man X, but very, very, like, shortly.
Well, I don't think...
Because I remember there being, like, at least... I think I had played Mega Man 6 slightly before I played Mega Man X, and I got Mega Man X pretty early.
Alright, so one thing I want to show off, guys, that I didn't do earlier. When we beat Plant Man, we got the Rush Jet Adapter. So let's see what that is. Jet Mega Man!
I like the adapters.
I think they're a cool touch. I like it better than Rush Coil 5. I hate the Rush Coil 5. I think
they designed it that way so you can jump off it after it
but
jumps.
there's no point to it.
After it bounces, you can jump off it.
I guess maybe if you want to be a little more accurate.
It was silly looking though.
Yeah. So guys, the way the jet adapter works is if you hold down the A button after jumping, you can fly up in the air for a brief moment. Now the weapon energy always will replenish once you're done using it. You do not have a charge shot and you're unable to slide using the adapter. You'll just jump. You could also kind of hover in the air if you want. You know, like get across the jump here, but I don't want to mess around and fall.
It's got like a weight to it.
Yeah, it's a little bit of an arcing kind of pattern to it. It's a little tough to get used to.
It feels heavy.
Now you do want to be careful on this bomb, just kind of nudge against it. You get back on that platform, hit that one, and then you get to Blizzard Man. Now the first time I got through the stage as a little kid, I messed up in this part, being really annoyed because the boss door was right there. Blizzard Man, just like almost every other Robot Master in this game, is a pushover. The key is stay kind of in the center.
That's a lightning effect when they come in.
It was more fun when my game used to glitch out and I get all these weird black patterns. The key to Blizzard Man is lead the snowflakes away from you and not jump into it like I did. Just jump over Blizzard Man when he feels like barreling into you. And that is it. Blizzard Man is a joke of a boss. Most of the bosses in this game are jokes. I don't think Capcom's A-team was really working on this game. And Blizzard Man is dead. And the quarterback is toast.
Alright, the weapon gets green too.
Oh, that's cool. You get Blizzard Attack! Now ideally this is meant to be like a spreader kind of weapon. It's not that useful. Sadly this game only like 3 of the weapons are of any real use to you. Flame Man's weapon's overpowered. That's overpowered and so is Nightman's. But honestly I use Yamato Man's, Tomahawk Man's, Flame Man's, and Nightman's weapons. Occasionally Centaur. The other 3 are worthless.
Yamato Man's funny to fight because he has to go pick up his weapon.
Yeah. Alright, Miguel, you can pick the next robot.
Centaur Man.
Oh, you're gonna make me go back? Well, actually, no, I could. I have the jet adapter. I can do that. Just don't have me do a certain other robot.
Yeah.
Let me at least get the adapters. Centaur Man. He lives in the ancient cities, powered by dry batteries, and his abilities are unknown.
Now I forget what's the conditions to get the colors to change.
In 4 of our stages, I'm gonna reveal the secret to my many viewers right now. Wink, shut up. 4 robot masters have 2 boss chambers, because one is the real enemy, while the other one's like...
Right, but what's that have to do with the color?
You pretty much have to kill the decoy first, and get the color change. But I think it's possible to have the color change even after you kill the real one, and revisit the stage for some reason.
Okay.
Now, I was kind of saying before how the little, like, intro screens for the robots is nice and fancy, but it's kind of meaningless. Like, the attack power and defense doesn't really mean anything in the grand scheme of things. If anything, I guess Centaur Man has high mobility since he's a horse and they should run fast. A horse is a horse, of course. But, I don't know, it's just kind of useless fluff for the game. I probably should show off the weapons since I'm like not doing it at all, but this game is so easy. I think, didn't I beat it once without even switching any weapons? Like I just played as the Mega Buster the entire time.
Maybe.
I think I did that
You can do that easily. Game's not hard.
Play control's actually very solid in this game though. Like Mega Man controls really well in this. Like there's almost like no slipperiness to it.
I'm pretty sure it's the same as 5, except they're just not being able to jump out of your... It's the same. It's just not
like I feel like I just have like really awesome control.
You can't jump out of your slides in this one. But
yeah, I explained it, but it's pointless. It doesn't ever like hurt you in any part of the game.
But I mean, like other than that, you play just like 5.
So here's a really cool.
The charge is different. It's weaker here. It's smaller.
So here's a really cool mechanic I wish they kind of did in some other games. Upside down water. It affects this enemy, which is pretty cool. Last time I was playtesting this, he just committed suicide and jumped in that hole. But you do have to time this jump right. Oh, you know what? I got shunted slightly there. You saw that? That's alright. Case in point. So you know what? I was rushing there. So unlike Poe Pro, guys, make sure you're nice and patient. Wait for the water to be at the bottom, and then jump. I actually thought I made that jump, like I did partially.
These transitions are really slow.
Nah, they don't bother me. Here's a cool little enemy. You actually have to use your Mega Buster on full charge to kill it. If I do anything else, nothing happens. Here's our boy Eddie. Boom.
You're not gonna wait for an E-Can?
I don't need an E-Can in this game, Mike. Here are some very annoying enemies that I don't like. They look like Dive Man rejects to me. Don't they look like Dive Man?
Yeah. Oh, those missiles?
Yeah. Oh, that's kind of weird. I got like a black screen on top of the finger. This part, just rush through. That's the only part of the level that's a teeny bit stressful. Now, if you have a weapon that shoots down, like say for instance Nightman's weapon, you can just kill those things in one hit. This game did one very nasty thing with the menu screen. The first time I played it, I beat Centaur Man first, and I beat the Centaur Man that was on the bottom of this area, not the top, because I didn't have a way to get up there. So when you go to the select screen, you know, the frame where he was is black, like every other game. When you beat an enemy, it's a black blank screen.
You know something.
Then I beat Windman, and I saw a 1-up screen, and I'm wondering, why is there something there? So I'm going through the stage like crazy, maybe thinking there's a secret I missed. No, I found out later why. And we're about to find out right now, guys, because the true Centaur Man is on top here.
Aren't the rooms different too or something?
A little bit. Like different backgrounds. But the true Centaur Man is up on top here, so you have to use your jet adapter to get across. Centaur Man is a complete pushover. But he has one annoying thing. Well, two. One, he can freeze you in place, and two, he has a very large hitbox. And he has the power to be a horse. And the power to teleport.
That would have been cool if we get.
Now, I wish that you got that weapon instead, like that giant ricocheting shot off the wall. That'd be fun. Fun to use. Oh. I might not even get hit by this guy. Now, it is a little tricky to time the jump over him. And Centaur Man's dead. That was... You know what? You know what Centaur Man was? A horse with a broken leg. And you know what they do with horses that break their legs? Race horses? Put them to sleep.
If you go back in just to show the color change.
Maybe after I beat the levels. Problem is there's no equipping. You get Centaur Flash and Beat T parts. Centaur Flash is an all-screen clearing weapon. A little bit useful. I like Centaur Flash, but it's not terribly useful, but sometimes it's good for clearing out a lot of minor annoying enemies all in one shot. But if you beat... Oh look, I got the letter T, which stands for Thursday... Throwback Thursdays. I can't even say my own promo properly.
Nightmare.
I don't want to do them right now.
Flying Yamato Man.
There's a reason why I don't want to do
I know.
Yamato Man. He uses solar power. He's in the impregnable fortress, and he's the master of the spear. I actually do want to read out the little stupid things. So guys, let me show off the weapons, because I've been really selfish and not. Here's Blizzard Man's weapon. A little spread shot. It's not very useful. Here's Plant Man's weapon, which is like Skull Man's weapon, and it's practically worthless to me. You can't even shoot it, it's just a little plant barrier that stays around. Whoop-de-doo. Centaur Flash is a screen clearing thing. A screen clearing weapon. The problem is if they don't die in one hit, then you're gonna have to keep using the weapon. These guys are cool, they're like little panda bears that shoot balls out of their bellies.
I think they're supposed to be like raccoon dogs.
Don't ruin my my suspension of disbelief. Here we have little spear-toting guys that shoot things at you. You cannot hit... Oh, I mistimed that terribly. You can't hit their... you can't hit through their little spinning spears. You gotta hit them after they throw it.
These guys are on the cover of the game.
They are. I'm not getting that extra life. These things will always drop their bombs in front of you. You don't have to worry about them. Just be patient getting through this area and you have no problems. You missed. You missed. You missed. Where did he come from? Did he just like spawn into place right here? He didn't even come from off the screen. Even in Nintendo rules, that barely makes sense to me. Here is the only spot you ever get one of these little walkers from Starman's level appearing. They don't even shoot lasers like they used to. In fact, you can hit them in the legs. Okay, one-time enemy. Maybe I will come back and show off these stages. Now, just like Mega Man 4, Mega Man 6 has a couple branching pathways. Which I actually don't know.
You couldn't go the alternate way though, you don't have the power Mega Man.
No, I can go this way.
This way you can go.
So, you know what, I'll do both. I'll do both Yamato Mans. Now to get to the true Yamato Man, you need to go up to the top path. And one thing that's really funny, remember that little animation I showed you with Mega Man where he's crouching forward?
Yeah.
His eyes are looking at you. His butt is eyes, his butt is watching us people. Little fun fact, Blizzard Man's weapon's the only weapon that kills those things. Which I didn't even show what they did, but who cares? They're annoying.
What? Everyone knows those things do.
Well, most of the games have a version of them in one way or another. This enemy's a bit of a pain in the neck. You got a couple ways of killing him. You can either use the jet power thing and do this. You can use your regular Mega Buster and just do that as well. Or you can just go on the ladder, snipe at him. Go on the ladder, snipe at him. Nothing major. Be careful not to fall down this pit, because the true Yamato Man is this way. I really like these little spring guys. And that's the last time I think we see him. This game has a habit of doing that. Unfortunately, I do not have the weapon that kills Yamato Man because Mike's going to send me on this awful path where I never had the right weapon. So let's see if we can kill Yamato Man. He can actually be a little hard to do first. I wouldn't recommend him to a beginning player in this game. However, he has a very easy pattern. He will either shoot his spear at you, and then he has to run and pick it up, or he will jump up in the air and shoot 3 spears at you. Once you figure out his pattern, he's not hard to deal with, but he could be a little tricky. Okay, I might actually die here if I'm not careful. Now I got him. Oh, no I don't. I mistimed that. Ugh, now you're dead. And Yamato Man is down for the count. Yamato Man, you brought shame upon your family. You will now fall upon your sword. What do they call that? Like the, there's a name for that.
Harakiri?
Harakiri? Okay. You get Yamato's Spear and Beat's E parts. Yes, our boy Beat is back from Mega Man 5, but he's severely nerfed in this game. He is miserably overpowered in 5. Alright, Mr. Mike, who shall we pick next?
Well, you're not going to pick Nightman.
I don't want to do him yet.
Alright, fine, Tomahawk.
Tomahawk Man. As a New York Mets fan, I do not endorse anybody that does the Tomahawk chop. For any of my baseball viewers, you should easily understand that. You want to do a Tomahawk chop? I don't do the hum, I just go, make fun of the Braves. Alright, anyway, here's Tomahawk Man. Tomahawk Man uses solar power, he's in the restricted area, and he is the master of the Tomahawk. To be honest, Tomahawk Man is probably the hardest robot master of the game. Only because some of his attacks are tricky to dodge, because you can't tell how he's going to attack. These guys are awesome. They're like little, I don't know, Clint Eastwood Joes? What should we call them? I just think they're awesome. They're amazingly cool. They got like little cowboy hats. Like Dr. Wily was having fun programming those guys. Now, a little interesting fact about those guys, they can only have 1 bullet on screen at a time. So this one shoots a lot more rapidly. Does that mean anything? Not at all. Here we have little Met generators. Go Mets. The coolest enemy of all time in Mega Man. I only like them because of their name. Now this little area here, just be on the lookout. You got a couple enemies bum rushing you. But so long as you fire rapidly, you should have no problem. Interestingly enough, they destroy themselves. We got our boy Eddie here again. What do you got for me, Eddie? An energy can. Wow, good looking. And we have an alternating path. Which way shall we go, Mike?
You know what? Sit down.
Oh, you're a jerk.
What?
I'm gonna have to come back to this level. You forgot. There's a nice little item I can get here.
Oh,
That's
right. From
That's
there.
alright.
I forgot.
Yeah, our boy Proto Man makes a really brief appearance in this game. But unfortunately, I don't have the item to get to Proto Man, so I will have to come back to this level. Be careful in this part, because you could kind of miss time jumping on these. Always jump off these things while they're at the apex of their height. You know why this feels different to screen transitions from Mega Man 4? Because Mega Man isn't like pushed down as far on the screen, like he kind of stays at the top of the screen. 4 would like push you forward a lot. You know, I'm gonna beat the wrong Tomahawk Man just to show. Nah, I'll do the right one. I'll beat the wrong one the second time through. So here, for Tomahawk Man, the right Tomahawk Man to battle is on the bottom path. The only way to get there is by having the Mega Man Jet Adapter. rush. Now what I like to do is scroll that one shield attacker off the screen. I used to power up Nintendo to my advantage, because if Nintendo games are going to be cheap, I will be cheap as well. This area is a pain in the neck. You want to get across it fast before this guy on the top of the screen starts shooting down, because if he's above that pit and you try to go, it's a much harder, much more difficult to get through this area. For hitting me in the head, you die. Now over there to the left, we have a breakable block, but I don't have the proper power up to get there. Our boy Proto Man's hiding behind there, but we're gonna have to come back here and find out what he has for us. I actually want that power up. I gotta be careful here.
Be careful.
Okay, well, I almost messed it up.
Because
There's a bit of a weird kind of
jump
jumping weight mechanic to the Rush Jet adapter. That platform does exactly what you think it would do. It flips over into spikes, whatever. It's kind of there, I guess, just to show you that it exists. They do pop up later in the Wily levels. Now, ironically, I do have the weapon that beats Tomahawk Man. The hardest robot in this game.
Yeah.
But the problem is it's Plant Man's weapon. It's a piece of garbage. I'd rather fight him with the Mega Buster, to be honest, but we're going to show off the damage it does. Tomahawk Man has two forms of attack. He either throws a tomahawk at you, or he shoots feathers from his headdress at you. The problem is figuring out which attack he's going to do. You have to be like a certain distance away from him to not get hurt by him. And also, you need to make sure that when you use Plant Man's weapon, which I did incorrectly there, you don't want to do it while he's shooting something. Because Plant Man's weapon, because it's an ungodly piece of garbage, will just absorb the weapon he threw at you instead of hitting him, which doesn't help me. I mean, I guess it shields me from my head, but whatever. You get Silver Tomahawk and beat B parts. Tomahawk Man's weapon's probably, I would say, the most useful, at least in the sense of like you use it a lot towards the end of the game. Is it the best weapon? No, because I honestly think there's 4 weapons in this game that are equally good as each other. Yamato's spear's pretty good. Nightman's weapon has its uses. Flame Man's and Tomahawk's are the 4 good ones. The garbage weapons are Plant Man's. Wind Man's is garbage. That might be the most useless to me in this game. And Blizzard Man's is borderline garbage. Centaur's is okay. Yeah, not a fan of the weapons. They just kind of lack imagination in this game.
Flame Man.
Alright, we're gonna do Flame Man. Flame Man uses thermal power. He's in an oil field and he's the master of flame. We are in oil-rich, what are we, in Saudi Arabia? I don't know where he's supposed to be. I don't know if it's there or India.
Agrabah.
I'm assuming with all the oil, I'm gonna say Middle East. Now here's the dumbest thing in this game. This block can only be broken by something we get after beating the boss of Flame Man. And I think there's a 1-up there. It is the dumbest thing to come back for. There's no reason to do it. Unless, I guess, if you're curious. If there was like a pot of gold in there, I would do it.
Yeah.
So since I can't get around it, we're going to slide under it. And we got little telly enemies there that drop fireballs, which do light up the ground. However, they interact with something here. For those of you who know physics, what happens to oil when you drop fire in it? It lights on fire. Now, Mike, what would happen if Mega Man took a bath in that fire?
You know, you can take a damage and you can actually just like walk on top of it.
If I took damage and walked on top, if I go in there now, what's going to happen?
With spikes.
Yeah, it's the same as spikes. You die. So, fire bad. No, fire good. You know Frankenstein? Fire bad.
You know was G. Hackman?
Oh, the monk?
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, you hit that guy into the oil, you can use him as a little platform to ride across. That's the one thing I love with Mega Man games. They show you something in a safe environment to experiment, because you know it might come into play later. This game kind of does that at times, but it misses opportunities to do things. Like Mega Man 3 missed a great opportunity to do something like that. Like in Magnet Man's level, you know you can control going up and down when you're getting stuck by those magnet enemies in the beginning of the level? You know how cool it would have been to ride across and have to navigate around spikes or something? But it's like, I don't know, they had a cool idea and just didn't figure that out or something, I don't know.
Like the hurricane, yeah. There's an oil rig, it's like live, feed. Really intense.
So right now I'm gonna cool off Flame Man and use Blizzard Man's weapon. It actually is semi-useful in this area, because it kills these guys in one hit, and it kind of does spread around, so you might have a chance to hit other enemies with it. Oh, 2 for 1 right there, and I got an energy tank, nice. See, that's why Blizzard Man's weapon's not good. I totally miss hitting those guys. This jump could be a little bit tough, but honestly, if you kind of go by the edge, you should be fine in making it. Flame Man is probably the second hardest Robot Master in this game. I would put him as harder than Yamato Man. The only reason he's hard is if you don't know where to stand, he could be a pain in the neck and always get a cheap hit on you. However, when you play this game a million times like I do, you know where the safe spots are. He has 2 forms of attack. He either shoots a fireball at you non-stop, which is really easy to dodge, or he shoots his flames into the ground, and then they come up in random patterns in front of you. The problem is, at a certain distance, there's always going to be a big gap of space for you to figure out where the safe spot is to stand. So stand about, I don't know, a comfortable leg distance from him. And if you have trouble kind of timing it, try to jump as he's about to do that attack. You cannot hit through the flame pillars though, so you have to hit him when you have an opening. I actually like to fight with Flame Man. It's like a combination of some skill involved and also, you know, he's diverse enough where he's fun. And Flame Man is down for the count. I guess we totally put out his fire. I should do that, just make a tagline every time I kill an enemy. Now just like Plant Man, we get a special little bonus from beating Flame Man. You get Flame Blast and Rush Power Adapter. So Flame Man's weapon is, you shoot a little fireball and if it hits the ground it shoots fire up. If it hits a wall it shoots fire sideways. It's surprisingly very powerful, Flame Man's weapon. It's short range is what kind of makes it not as useful, but I actually like using Flame Man's weapon. Alright, Mike, so we got Windman and we got Nightman. Who shall I be?
Nightman.
Nightman. Nightman uses solar power. He's at the capital of science and he's the master of the Mace Ball. Now, I want to know something. How is a castle a capital of science? Alright, so let's show off the power adapter. Power Mega Man. I love the power adapter in this game. It's actually, if you get really good at this game, this is very fun to just use this weapon the whole time. Basically, you turn Mega Man into Guts Man and he punches things. You can also charge it up to shoot a really powerful but short-range Hadouken. Hadouken. I know it's not a Hadouken. Now, just like the jet power-up, it kind of powers its own weapon energy. You never really have to collect for it, but it's fun. The mechanics of this punch are actually really funny. Sometimes it messes with enemies. It throws them propelling backwards the other way. It's actually really fun to mess around with the power adapter. So right here, all these breakable blocks get destroyed with the power adapter. I love the power adapter. It's so bad. Now these guys, you have to kind of hit them to wake them up out of their spot, and then you got to hit them when they're poking their heads out. Let's say you don't feel like waiting for that. Say you just want to give them a really rude awakening. Hey buddy, boom. I just destroyed him and his little house. If only they could see the smirk on your face. This part's actually a little stressful to get through. One of the few challenges of Mega Man 6. Creep your way closely. As soon as that goes up, do a little jump, slide, get in this little crevice and wait. And then just slide like crazy to get out of it. Don't even bother fighting these things. And that's it. One more jump. And we're good.
Go back.
Actually, you know what? I almost kind of want to come back here because I never tried flying on top of that.
Can you?
I don't know.
I don't think you can.
I can't do it now. You think the chains will block me?
I'm pretty sure it will.
Okay. So we got this shield enemy here. I would show off the power adapter, but I actually don't want to possibly get sniped by him. Take him out from a distance, he's no problem. Now here's one of my biggest complaints about Mega Man 6. Enemy placement isn't even like an issue in this game. Like I can just comfortably just shoot at this guy, like without trying. Like it's just sort of they plop enemies there. They're just minor inconveniences. They're not even like designed to be like a challenge to you. Now I could cheese this and use the power of the jet adapter, but I won't. I actually forgot which way that was going for a second. This is not hard at all. It's like the little treadmills in Sparkman's level. Up here you got a little bit of a challenge with these guys kind of constantly shooting at you while you're trying to jump across like platforms with spikes. It's not too hard to get through here, but you do have to be careful. What is up, viewer? Make sure you become a Poe Prony today by joining the Poe Pro constituency. And make sure you follow Poe Pro and turn on your notifications. We will be doing Throwback Thursdays every week. Now these guys, I honestly feel bad hitting them.
Do they have glasses?
They have glasses on. I mean, would you hit a guy with glasses? I love that.
Are they wearing like graduation caps too?
I think so. Are they? Maybe that's the capital of science. Now they get mad, like they literally blow their tops. The problem is they're actually annoying when they do that. So the best way to kill them, double shot. If you want to get that energy can, you gotta crack out your Mega Man jet adapter and fly towards the heavens.
I like this.
Oh my god. Ugh.
New bounce house.
It is a bounce house. Just for fun one time, I wanted to, oh, that was actually a good shot. Just for fun, one time I wanted to go through this and pretend those things were spikes. So I used like the Mega Man jet adapter and I was able to do it, but it was hard. Can you imagine if they did that in the game? That'd be ridiculous. That'd be like ROM hack Mega Man. I'm not doing bad with the... I was about to say, I'm not doing bad with the Blizzard attack until I literally just walked into that one.
They want to get down, right?
Yeah, show it. So if you want to fight the fake Nightman, you go up here. If you want to fight the real Nightman, you go down. And the only way to go down is by having the power adapter.
That's your viewer, Tim.
They didn't become a Poe Prony and they left. That's alright, they can go enjoy whatever stream they're watching. Now say for instance you don't have your Blizzard attack. Just hit those guys with the power adapter and you're good. Nightman is actually an annoying robot to fight with the regular weapon. This might be the only time where that, offense and defense thing actually makes sense. Nightman has insanely high defense. That is because he uses a shield, and you cannot hit through the shield, except with one weapon.
Yeah,
Exactly. So I'm going to show you guys what fighting Nightman is like without the shield. Sorry, without Yamato. Without his weakness.
It's annoying.
It's a very annoying fight. You gotta time... Okay, I actually might die to him, which is pretty sad. I haven't fought this guy in a while. Wow. I died to Nightman. That's pretty bad, but he was being a little uncooperative.
You have to kind of guess how far he's going to throw that ball.
Yeah, you want to have a distance from him to be safe. Now you can fight Nightman a couple ways. You can try to time your shot so he falls on top of it with his jump like that. Or you have to hit him when he shoots his mace ball at you. Now say, Poe Pro, I don't want to do that. I believe you could hit him with the Power Mega Man shot here. Wow, actually knock him back. That's pretty funny. Get back. Get out of here. Get back. Or, say you don't have that, the only weapon that he somehow can't block is a spear. So I could shoot a Nightman all day here. And Nightman's dead. I actually like rapid firing this weapon. It's pretty funny. But I always did find it stupid how Yamato Man and Plant Man are both pink. I always found that to be dumb. You get Night Crash, or Night Crush, and Beat A parts. This is the worst example of this weapon. You shoot it off the screen, it's supposed to come back to you. So good job, Mega Man 6, at demonstrating a weapon that's like a boomerang by not having it come back to you.
Come on, man. You gotta go with the energy balancer.
We'll do that after Windman. Windman uses wind energy, he's in the mechanical tower, and he's the master of wind.
Show Pete. He's nerfed in this game.
Who's nerfed?
Pete.
I'll show Pete off in a second.
He's not as good as a Mega Man 5.
He is not. So by collecting all the Beat parts, we now have the ability to summon our boy Beat, our little bird friend. Hi, Beat. How you doing? I'm just dancing right now, making Beat spaz out because he can only stand behind us. So what Beat Guys does is he will attack enemies for you. And he will one-shot them. However, depending on how strong they are, you're going to waste a lot of energy with Beat. So he's good in an area if you're really getting swarmed by enemies, but honestly, he's not too useful in this game. Because this game's not that hard, you don't need to use him that often.
What is this thing? It's supposed to be a giant, like,
It's a tower.
What?
Oh, it's in China, because you got like sort of like little Chinese glyphs on the walls there. So here you have the gimmick of Windman's Law. We got these wind turbines that shoot you up and down. I'm gonna try and show off some weapons for a little bit. I'd like to show off the weapons if I can hit anything with them. So this game like makes certain weapons just not useful at all. Are you kidding me? Alright, I just wasted all of Blizzard Man's weapon hitting like 3 enemies. This part can be a little stressful. Oh, that's funny, I just killed him with Nintendo rules. This part's a trick. Just do not hit the jump button, and you're fine. Just walk right across. These little platforms, I actually like these. I wish they were kind of used more in Mega Man games. You can stand on them for like a second, but they will always go to the other side and flip over, so...
Later on, it's going to become a pain for one area.
Oh, it's only one spot. I actually like these platforms. I wish they were used a bit more. If you feel like getting that one up, just go up here and slide back. Alright, so let me use Nightman's weapon, show it off. I have not been showing off weapons at all this playthrough. Nightman's weapon's actually a little boomerang. You can shoot it up, you can shoot it down.
It has a weird arc.
Yeah, but honestly, it's actually it's one of the more useful weapons in this game. Tomahawk Man's weapon, it's not bad. It's like an Airman type weapon, but it's not super accurate.
It's like Gyro Man's, but it moves.
I compare it to Gyro Man and Airman's weapon, to be honest. Probably the most useful weapon of the game to me is kind of Nightman's. I don't end up using it too often, but when I do, I realize it's actually a pretty good weapon. It's also really powerful. Like, it's killing those guys in 2 shots. It normally takes, what, 6? And we're just gonna go by this guy. See you later. Whatever, I'm gonna use Nightman's weapon. I just feel like using weapons right now. Now this part of Windman's level coming up is a little tricky, just don't take too long. Actually, I'm not going to use Nightman's weapon for here. So we have our wind turbines, but now we got spikes on the ceiling, so you know what that means. We're probably going to have to deal with those at the same time. So this part's a little tricky, and that's it. That's all you got to worry about. I'm sure they probably had spikes up here, but some playtesters probably were complaining, like, this part's too hard. Just grab the ladder and you're good. And our boy Windman is right over here.
He's the one to start with.
Windman, honestly, if you were good in this game, Windman's the perfect robot to start with. Because you can get through the whole top part of the enemies and make your way down through all the beat enemies and you have everything you need. Windman is an absolute joke. He only has one thing that's mildly threatening, and that's like his fan attack, which I wish he got that as a weapon rather than what they give you. In fact, what they give you, Windman doesn't even
make any sense, yeah.
When he does this fan attack, just literally just jump in place. And here's Windman's big gimmick. He tries to suck you in. And then you just slide away if he starts flying at you. But every time you shoot, he tries to suck you in harder every time you hit him. So that's actually pretty funny. So if you have Yamato Man's weapon and you want to rapid fire him, it makes him really funny. However, Windman is weak to Centaur Flash. You don't even need to aim the weapon. You just need to make sure that Windman's invulnerability doesn't goes away before you shoot Centaur Man's weapon. So unfortunately, I wasted a shot. So I'm gonna have a little fun here with him. I'm gonna use Yamato Man's weapon and rapid fire him. Oh wait, I actually might die if I'm not careful here. Okay, wow, I nearly died. I had 1 energy pellet. I'm fooling around and nearly died. That's what I get. Would you like coffee?
Yes, please.
Would you like a tasty beverage?
Yes, please.
Alright.
See,
You get Windstorm, which is a stupid, awful weapon. You shoot a little tornado.
It's like a really, really bad airman.
No, it's not even that. You don't even kill anything with it. In fact, it just takes an enemy and goes, I'm going.
Holds them.
No, it poochies them.
Yeah.
It poochies them. I'm going back to my home planet. And that's what it does.
But
it sucks because
it do that on every
you don't even get anything for it. You don't even get any power-ups. You don't get the enemies. You don't even kill the enemy. You just remove it from existence. It's like Gravity Man's weapon, but nowhere near as cool. Gravity Man's weapon's awesome. It's actually pretty fun.
Well, before you go to Mr. X.
Alright, so my boy Mike is going to show off Tomahawk Man. Actually, not.
So you want to do it?
Yeah, you can do it. Actually, no, you're not going to do it. I'm going to do it.
Alright.
You don't have the showmanship I have.
Alright.
So guys, 1 second. I'm going to make some coffee. Not that anyone's watching.
I think the stage selecting is a good one.
I like 6. Like, it's a well-polished game, but it kind of ends up just sort of being overall. Like, there's nothing wrong with it, but there's nothing great about it either. I honestly feel it's like the most cookie-cutter entry in the entire series. This one and 7, to me, are the most cookie-cutter games.
You ever see like on YouTube, they take these old the NES music and they play it with either Mega Man X instruments or Mega Man 7 instruments?
Yeah, I've heard stuff like that.
It's really good.
Or they'll take like, I think Mega Man 7's music and they put it with like Sega Genesis instrumentation, stuff like
I'll
that.
tell you though, no, but they have like Mega Man, this particular one with Mega Man 7's instrumentation. It sounds perfect.
7's a weird game. Like I like the compositions, but something about it just seems too bubbly to me.
Honestly, I think Mega Man's a little too big. Like Mega Man himself is a little too big.
Well, you know what? It plays.
It's like the Game Boy game.
It plays more like the Game Boy games, absolutely. So a little interesting thing, if you guys notice,
I think it was made by the Game Boy developers.
There's a color palette change now in this level. So the last 4 bosses in this game, Tomahawk Man, Yamato Man, Night Man, and Centaur Man, all their stages get altered after you beat either the real or fake one. Which I didn't really notice at first. The first time I played this game, I played it on an old tube television, and I thought the color was off because I had a screen cap that I was trying to compare it with, and I'm trying to adjust the color, thinking, what the heck, man? Like, I thought something happened with my TV. So in Tomahawk Man's level, we had all these barrels here that we couldn't break, so we're gonna break them. Nothing in that one.
There's one at the beginning, wasn't there? Did you break that one at the beginning?
Nothing here. That was the first one. I guess like this sign is trying to tell me something's here, and there's an energy can. So just for fun, I'm gonna go through this level using the power adapter. Now I can hit this guy right in the front and kill him. I love this thing. It's overpowered. Problem is you cannot slide in this thing. You can't slide in this or in the.
It's good that you can hit the hot dogs with them.
No, shield attackers. We're not calling them dummies today.
They're hot dogs.
They're shield attackers. They're not hot dogs. Now these guys are funny. Get out of my face.
Yeah.
Out of my face. Out of my face. We're gonna take the face off. You know, you could actually kill the little med hats. You know what? I think this is the only weapon that does that. Now, in Tomahawk Man's level, you do have the potential to actually get 3 energy cans. Get one in the beginning, you can get one from Eddie.
It was red last time, right? Yeah.
And you can get one up in the top part. But we're going to go this way. I want to show off the different paths here. These are these little skull jumping guys. Honestly, they're not really any threat. They kind of just jump over you.
They're kind of out of place here. They would fit in Skullman's level 4.
Well, they didn't. Maybe why they didn't invent them yet. Did you think about that?
Why is in this game? Right? It's Mr. X, dude.
Well, no, he's in the game. He's been manipulated by Mr. X.
Yeah. You're giving away the spoilers.
No, Mr. X.
You're giving away the spoilers.
No, Mr. X has been manipulating that fool Wily from the beginning. As he said,
giving away the spoilers.
I'm not giving away anything. Mr. X himself said, I've been manipulating that fool Dr. Wily from the beginning. They're obviously 2 different people.
Yeah.
What, is he going to manipulate himself? Alright guys, so last time we were here, we did not have the power adapter, so we were going to show off what is behind this mysterious cracked wall. Now you do have to be careful doing this. You got to inch your way down and make sure you can hit it. And here is Proto-Man. Proto-Man? Oh,
I didn't know what this was at first.
Alright, thank you Proto-Man for giving me this thing.
When I first played the game, I'm like, what is this? I didn't know what it was.
Well, I had the instruction manual.
Yeah, I didn't have that luxury.
Well, I had this game, I had the whole deluxe version of it. Was that Joe?
Yeah, I think Joe.
Oops, hold on guys, we have another guest coming. Coffee's brewing right now. Alright,
I got all my Mega Man games from Funko Land, so be real good. Actually, interestingly enough, the one game that
I bought this in Toys R Us. I bought this in Toys R Us when it came out.
Wait, what the? You know what game came in the manual for me from Funko Land? Mega Man 1.
Oh, that's interesting. Now,
That's a real
all my Mega Mans. I owned Mega Man 2. I owned Mega Man 6. Mega Man. All the other ones I got. were bought from Funko Land. I didn't have any of the boxes for them. Honestly, out of the original 6, 4 was the last one I played.
Yeah.
I played 2, 1 and 3 like around the same
2,
time.
3, and 5 I got first. Right.
6 I played,
I
then
never got
5.
into
Then I
Mega
got
Man
then
one.
5 and
until,
4.
Then I got 1 and 6.
until Mega Man
4
X.
much later.
Alright guys, so what we just picked up from Proto Man is actually something that is now a staple in all Mega Man games. The Energy Balancer. What it does, say I waste a whole lot of Yamato Spear, then I waste a little Tomahawk Man's weapon at random,
It's Mega Man X rules.
and then I waste Centaur Flash. All of it. Because I'm like a person that has an SUV that burns gasoline like nothing. I'm just very wasteful with all my weapons. Anytime I find weapon energy, I can be in my regular Mega Man form. I pick up that energy and the weapon that has the least amount of energy gets filled up automatically. I like it just because it's convenient. Do you need the energy balancer? Absolutely not. But it's incredibly convenient. So let's finish off Tomahawk Man's level, show off what the rest of this level looks like because I didn't come this way.
And the energy balancer basically is an item that does what Mega Man X does.
Oh
but
my
full.
god, it's Heat Man's head.
Oh no.
It looks like Heat Man's head. I think he took that guy's wallet.
There you go.
Alright, and since we already beat Tomahawk Man,
Which one is this? Which Mega Man?
6.
6.
You don't have to fight anybody.
Oh, the fake one's not there anymore.
Now just to be a nut, I'm going to show off the other alternate paths real quick. I'll breeze through the levels.
Don't even fire, just walk through them.
Well, I was having a little fun with some things, so... Now Yamato Man's level is red, as opposed to being bluish before. Let me show off Windman's weapon, because it's an ungodly piece of garbage.
How's
You know,
that garbage?
It's garbage because I'm just wasting all this energy, and these things never ever will give me energy, because they just get zapped off the screen.
Like
It's
every
garbage.
enemy?
Yep, it's garbage.
Well, use it. Hold on, I want to see this. Find more bad guys.
Well, I'm not gonna shoot everyone. Alright, I'll kill this guy.
Kill this guy with the wing, whatever. Wingstone, yeah.
Yeah, I'm wasting all this energy. I have no way to replenish it.
I thought it was just like 3 shots only and that's it.
Oh no, it depends on how strong the enemies are. Every enemy's programmed a little differently. So we didn't come this way last time because I didn't have the power adapter, so we're going to show off this part of Yamato Man's level. I like his level. It has the most branching paths. Here is a mini-boss that we oddly only see in Mega Man the Power Fighters. I like this guy. Even the robot himself on top looks Japanese. I want the frog to shoot lasers. Yeah, laser frog. Honestly, you just have to kind of space yourself out. You'll pretty much never get hit by this guy. He's pretty easy.
You just shoot him in the eyes?
I shot him in between the eyes. Yeah, you gotta hit the frog in the face. That's how most things die. You hit it in the face and it dies. So let me show off some other weapons. We'll show off a little Yamato spear. Last time we played this, we came from the top of this screen, so now we're gonna come from the bottom. Oh, here you go, Joe. A useful time for Windstorm. Happy?
Yeah.
I hardly
Does it
ever go this
Does it
way.
make the flying enemies fly away?
Yes. I hardly go this way. I actually forget what's down here. I think there's like some fish that jump out of here. Just be careful heading through here because you don't want to accidentally jump by and get hit by those things and sent back to a watery grave. This part's not hard at all, just make sure you're not really careless. Come down this way and boom, there's our boy Yamato Man's lair. Alright, and this would be the way to the wrong Yamato Man. So how do you guys feel about the little advertisements filling out the bottom of the screen there? I like it. It looks pretty good.
Can people click on it?
Oh, you can't really click on it. I don't know.
Well, what about on the bottom?
I don't know.
Links?
I don't know how to put links on there.
No, not on the thing, but like below your video.
No.
Description, like way on the bottom. Like you put links on it.
No, I don't believe so.
You should.
All right, so I could show off Nightmans and Centaur Man. They don't really have any alternating paths just besides the boss room itself, but the colors change in the levels. I mean, I could show that off. Should I show it off? The color changes in both levels.
You can't really exit the level without the.
I gotta rush through it. Or should we go right to Mr. X?
Let's go Mr. X.
Alright. What I love with Mr. X's castle is if you look all the way on either the right or left side, I forget which side it is, there's a Mario pipe.
Oh.
On the right. It's on the right side. It's a Mario pipe.
Oh.
Actually, there's a couple of them stacked there.
Do you go in it?
Yes, we go in that one. I actually really like this level. I like the music. It looks really cool. You're climbing like a giant building. Pretty epic. So we're going to have a little fun showing off weapons. Yamato Man's weapon goes through any shield enemy. It's very useful in that sense. The weapons here are all kind of powerful, but they're just not really easy to use. Oh, wrong weapon. I meant to use Blizzard Man. This part's a pain in the neck. This part's actually kind of hard to do. Again, this is why the Jet Mega Man adapter kind of stinks in this game. You gotta sort of tap and then hold the button to get to that ladder. It's very easy to screw that part up. Let me show off some other weapons. Whatever, we'll do Flame Man's. I haven't even done this weapon yet. Flame Man's weapon's ridiculously powerful. It kills almost everything in like one shot. If you shoot it onto the ground, it makes a little flame. Now here's the only really annoying part with these Windman blocks, as my boy Mike was trying to point out. If you look all the way there on the right, we have an alternating path, which we have to use the power adapter to break that glass open. However, jumping across that area is really hard to do. What I usually do is I use this bottom platform to just jump towards that and try to hit it with the power adapter, fall down to the next screen, and then just climb my way back up and just jet across. It is ridiculous trying to jump legitly across that second platform. So gentlemen, you get to choose, where do we go? Do we go up, or do we go to the hard way on the right? The optional secret entrance.
Go the hard one. Right.
Of course. Alright, well I'm doing it the Poe Pro way. There's the right way to do this, the wrong way, and the Poe Pro way. I totally screwed that up.
Good job.
The good thing is I get to retry every time I do this. I'd rather do it this way 20 times and get it than one way and die up on top. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. So it's a little tricky, but I will get it. I have done it before. But it is worth doing. You get a lot of goodies in here. And we got it. Now all I'm going to do is just use the jet adapter to get in that area.
What are you supposed to do normally?
You're supposed to normally like use this, jump across these platforms. That second one's really tight, and like walk into it. I do it this way because it's safe and you don't risk dying. Oh, just barely got there. Aha, I beat you game trying to be cheap. So let's see what kind of goodies we get. Get a lot of stuff. Now to be honest, this would have been better if it was later in like the Wily stages. And look guys, we use a lot of Yamato Spear and Blizzard Attack. Let's see what the energy balancer does. Look at that, I'm filling up my energy automatically. That's convenient. I don't have to switch to the weapons all the time. I wish all the games did this. Now, if you do pick up weapon energy as Power Mega Man or Jet Mega Man, it still goes to your weapons. Oh, you jerk. There we go. Come on, die already. Thank you. Now, here's the one thing I love with this area. Here, watch this, guys. There are 4 severed heads inside that box. And what's really cool is that whole area serves as a giant shortcut to the end. Now the weapon that beats this boss is Flame Man's weapon, but I like to mess around and use the power adapter. Using the power adapter is very funny on this boss. You literally can just knock him back and forth the whole time. This is funny when you get him in a loop down here. But the real way to kill him is you're supposed to use the Flame Man weapon. They're a little tricky to hit because you gotta hit them on the side. Actually, I might die if I'm not careful here. And he's dead. Oh, that was weird. It didn't even like explode or nothing. It just went right to the fanfare music. I don't remember that. Hey look, there's Jupiter. This level has a little nasty gimmick that's borrowed from Mega Man 2. Oh look, I have invisible floors. Now to be honest, it's pretty obvious where these areas are telegraphed. So just use your brain and you should be fine in this level. The only area that's a little challenge is right here. Like there's a little bit of a tight jump right there. That's it. These things make a comeback from Gyro Man's level, but they pose absolutely no challenge. All you literally have to do is just hold right. And oh my god, I passed that horrible, evil challenge. After this level, Mike, I will give you your coffee. Use your jet adapter to get across there, and another challenge done. Now remember what I said about those areas being really easily telegraphed as to where those pits are? Oh my god, oh I fell. Honestly, it's like, oh, maybe I shouldn't walk across that up on top here. That was rude, you hit me. You hit me again.
Use the tornado wind thing.
I'm not using the tornado wind thing.
Do it on them. Make the helmets fly up.
No, I'm gonna do this instead. How about this? Let me actually. Okay, no, Yamato Man doesn't kill them. Blow them up out of existence. So let me show off Beat for a minute. I don't know, I'm just gonna have a little fun showing off weapons. So Mega Man's gonna take a break. He's gonna let the bird kill everyone.
So you kill one hit?
It kills all enemies in one hit, but it's depending on how many hits they normally take, matters how much energy he uses. So if it's a thing that takes like 20 hits to kill, he might use all his energy.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know. What weapon should I use?
Blade Star. There you go, see?
Yeah, it gets rid of the enemies, but I don't get anything for killing them. I don't even kill them, I just move them off the screen. Alright, here's one of the loudest, most annoying enemies of all time in Mega Man, the Wall Walker. The Wall Walker's hard, not because of him, it's because bombs and meteors fall from the sky the entire fight. He's a pain in the neck to hit. If you stay all the way to the left, I don't believe anything can hit you. Just have to watch out for the wall walker shots. That's about it. You have to kind of arc your tomahawk shot while he's at the correct height. Now, if he's low to the wall, you want to be over to the right a little bit and shoot it. If he's to the left, or sorry, if he's all the way up on top, then you want to be to the left of the screen. Thank God this is the weapon that kills this guy, because this guy's a pain in the neck. And there we go. We beat the wall walker. Let me get my friend Mike his precious coffee. Joseph, would you like a coffee as well?
Yes, sir, please. Thank you.
I don't even remember what level this is.
You're on the 4, I think?
No, it's the 3rd Mr. X level, but I don't even remember what it looks like. I'll see it in a second. Alright, gentlemen, I have almond milk, I have half and half. I have some sugar, what would you like?
What do you got?
I have almond milk, I have half and half, and I have some sugar. What would you like?
I'll do half and half of sugar. Thanks.
Joe,
Half
would
and
you like
half,
sugar?
no sugar.
Alright, one with no sugar, one with sugar. Sugar's here,
Sugar and water.
Gracias.
and no sugar's here. Thank you. I had to remember, I'm like, I know one hand grabbed it. I just didn't remember which hand grabbed it. That was muscle memory instead of like actual memory. Alright, so let me turn this down slightly because I'm going like half deaf from the music in this game. Alright, in case if you're short on lives, which you pretty much should never ever be in this game. In fact, I don't think you can get more than 9 lives in this game, despite the fact that there's 2 digits next to it. You know, let's see if I'm proving my point here.
What's the max lives like? Mega Man 2?
You can get more than 10.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, Beat doesn't kill these guys?
Is it 99? What is it?
I don't know. I'm not going to find that out. And I still have 9 lives, so that was completely pointless doing that.
Yeah, it uses the same rules as Mega Man X. Mega Man X does that. Max out at 9.
Alright guys, so you pick which ladder I take. Left or right?
Oh, this is great.
Yeah,
I'm reading it now.
Am I taking left or right ladder?
Yeah, go this way. You're
left?
already on the ladder.
I think this is the wrong
That
way.
is the wrong way.
Ah, now we get energy out of it.
Yeah, like, that's how the world
Is that in the chat?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a family matter.
Yeah, it's
Meme.
You gotta look at it, it's great.
Alright, let me look at this madness that you guys are looking at. Let's see.
Click on it.
Well, that actually looks a lot like Carl.
Read the double tap. Yeah.
You got the Carl Winchell. The guy walks up to him and asks him, how's Laura doing? You're like, who the hell is that? It's so wrong.
It's pretty awesome. Alright, in case you don't feel like fighting this guy, just do your Mega Man Jet adapter. So We get these guys from Flame Man's level back.
You beat up, you know?
Hey, buddy.
You do that to somebody, you get beat up.
So this part's a little bit...
I'm not a big fan of this music.
That's
I don't
alright.
mind it.
It's alright.
It's kind of like, I don't know, it's like whiny or
It sounds
something.
like it sounds like a remix of the Proto Man theme, I think, or the Proto Man Castle.
I think the Proto Man Castle is better though. I think it has the same instrumentation though. It's got like whininess.
I don't mind the music of this.
It's like some shrill.
Alright, this part's a little bit challenging. You want to be careful here. I would suggest using the jet adapter, but be real mindful of your jumps. You jerk. I had a feeling that was going to happen. That was just bad luck right there. I saw that and it was like too late for me to do anything. It's probably the only like sort of tricky part in this game. There's a couple of spots that are a little tricky in this game. I really should like use power thing. Actually, I don't even need the jet right here. What am I doing? Overcomplicating this part. Now this part is annoying. That's what I was supposed to do first, is kill him and then use the jet. Let's do the jet there and you're fine. That part's tough because you really risk getting hit, taking a head full of spikes. And as we know in Mega Man, spikes are very bad for you. They cause you to die. Alright guys, which way should I go?
Yeah.
It's gonna make me have to fight things, right? You're gonna make this like a 3-hour game. Thank you, I got an energy can out of that.
Probably has max energy vehicle.
I probably do. Ow. Alright, I don't remember if you need the jet adapter here, but I'm gonna get it anyway just in case. These are really an evil enemy to put in this area. Yeah, actually, you have to get the jet adapter, otherwise you wouldn't be able to make this jump. I just hate the fact that I have to keep switching out of it just to kill these guys. So just take your time going through here. You know, these things originate, what, Mario 1? Like platforms like this?
Yeah.
Now, if you want the easy way, you just go right here and boom.
There should have been a third Rush Power Up where you get to swim.
I like Rush Marine.
Yeah, like a Rush Marine.
They got rid of that after 4.
Well, you know what it is? Because there wasn't a whole lot of use, because there wasn't, I mean, because think about it, in Mega Man 3, you
I
got a
liked it in-
little bit of use in, like, Gemini Man's level, but you didn't really use it very much.
I like him in Mega Man 4 because when you shoot with him, his mouth opens up. He's like, bah. Alright, this part's kind of a little bit evil. You're gonna get hit by this guy pretty much no matter what, so I would always suggest using your jet adapter. Just fly over him, just take the hit. It's kind of a cheap spot to put an enemy. I don't even remember what boss this one is. Oh, this is a joke, this boss.
They're all jokes.
This one's the biggest joke of all. Oh my god, that little Met is getting to control that giant robot's body.
It's like a really, like, stupid version of Wily Machine. The Wily Machine 4 does this. The 1.9 does too, those eggs.
Are you gonna hit me, buddy?
I don't think he does. He doesn't do anything else.
Oh my god, I got hit. Alright, hold on.
Good job.
That's what I get for showing off. Alright, now let me,
Windstorm.
No, Windstorm doesn't kill him. If you want to beat this guy fast, I guess then want to use Weapon Energy. Blizzard Man's the weapon that kills him, but honestly, why bother? Later. There actually is a boss that gets killed by him. That's the only like use of Windstorm in the entire game to me. This guy's a total joke. You never need to jump against him. I don't know, the boss of this game, some of them are absolute jokes. And there we go. He's dead. Everyone's dead. The world rejoices. Alright, we're gonna finally come face to face with Mr. X. We're gonna put him to an end. Put a stop to all this evil scheming. And find out what his deal is. And why did he kidnap all those robots? I like the energy balancer. It's just pure convenience.
Well, I mean, it's included all the games after this.
Like default, or you gotta?
Well, in Mega Man X, it's by default.
Some
but like some of
games-
you buy it like as like
okay.
with like bolts.
Now this part could be a little tricky because if you jump too high, you actually will get hit.
So you just tap it. Really
You
quick
can either
tap.
tap your jumps, or if you really have no confidence in your jumping ability, just use the jet from the bottom and just go up. Any other friends, or is this my neighbor Oscar?
I don't know. There's a name tag.
So let's see what's up here. Boom. Boom.
How many energy cans do
9.
I'm bothered.
Go,
Don't even
go,
bother.
Get it. Get it. What are you doing?
You maxed out.
You can't get any more.
No, that's maxed.
Now this is interesting. These little birds will always keep forming from that little tunnel, but I could permanently kill them. Now they'll never come out of there.
No.
Problem is, you're always gonna have one form. Let me not. Actually, yeah. Did I hit him? Yeah, good. Sometimes I like playing this game just using the power adapter. It's actually a fun challenge.
There's no block for you.
But you could kind of lead those things away from you if you jump before they form. So, little fun thing. Whee!
I think it's Mega Man 5, isn't it?
Yeah, you have a couple guys that are from the other
Gravity
games.
Man's level, right?
No.
Or-
I know Starman has like those cannons, whatever. They're a little different. Alright guys, am I going up or to the right?
Up.
Want me to go up? Alright. Actually, going to the right's probably harder.
You're
You know what?
right.
Do what you want.
It's up to you. I don't need any extra lives because there's an extra life. Actually, I do need one extra life. But extra life is up. I'm gonna go to the right. The right's actually harder. I hardly ever go this way, so we're gonna find out what this is like. This is hard because you got these really big platforms and it's easy to die here if you miss time a jump. And that's it.
I get a game over and go the other way.
No, I'm not. You know how long it's gonna take? Do you have any idea how long that'll take?
I don't care. I want every muffin to have the same number of blueberries.
I don't even need that energy can because I don't want it.
Get it.
This might be the only spot where I actually use Centaur Man's weapon or Beat's weapon. There's a lot of enemies on the screen here, and you do have a high chance of falling to your death. So probably the only time I'll really be using this. Go kill your bird brethren.
That was good in this game.
No, he's useful though. He has his uses. I'm gonna get hit. Oh my god, okay. It's probably the only spot that's a little dicey this
He
level.
doesn't attack the bosses though.
Oh, he doesn't? He just stays there?
Like you can actually beat Wily with
Oh,
Mega
really?
Man 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, that's how you Beat. I always said beat. I love using the power adapter on this thing. It's like, get back over there. Get back over there. Get over there. Get over there. Get over there. I'm gonna die.
You're gonna die.
I'll die on purpose. Whee! I love you.
Oh, why did you do that? No.
So I guess, why would he design a giant swinging ball to have eyes that follow you? That's like having my car have eyes to look at you as I'm driving it. What function does that serve?
To freak you out.
Whatever.
Just Windstorm.
Windstorm does not beat him. The weapon that kills this guy, besides using the power adapter... No, it's Flame Man's weapon. It is a little tricky timing your jumps with him, though, because you have a little bit of a tight window. You gotta do, like, little jumps. Because you don't want to jump too high, because you'll accidentally hit him. Alright, guys, we're gonna find out about this Mr. X. My scheme for world domination is filled, but they still have enough power to destroy.
That's the Wily voice.
What? It's Dr. Wily!
What do you know? What a surprise.
What? Let the final battle begin. Wait a second.
Pagoda.
Hold on.
Another castle.
Hold on. He did not do his eyebrows.
Yeah, that's a French baguette.
He did not do his eyebrows.
You notice these things. I don't notice these things.
Well, after playing the other 5 Mega Mans, he didn't do his eyebrows. I think he took the guy's wallet.
I think this is better music than...
It's kind of good. It has a bit of an epic feel to it. Alright, so guys, surprise, surprise. Mr. X was really Dr. Wily all along, just put, his sunglasses on and a fake beard.
Are you going to do 7 in onward?
At some point. I'll do 7. Problem is, I don't really have 8 on the PlayStation emulator, so I gotta get one.
Then 7,
Play Ghostbusters.
What does that have to do with anything?
I am not playing Ghostbusters on the NES. That game is an ungodly piece of garbage.
Do it.
Alright, so this level is actually a little annoying. You have some old things that were popping up in the game from earlier. You have these wind turbines again. And there actually is a secret area in this level, which is a little hard to get to.
This is hard to get, yeah.
It's hard to get to, but honestly, it's very worth it. Actually, I really shouldn't be wasting this weapon.
Alright, get your, The problem is you have to start...
Hold on, I need to concentrate for a second.
No, you just...
It's not here. Is it here?
Yeah.
Oh, it is here.
You're gonna miss it already.
I'll die on purpose.
You have to start...
So if you look to the right there, guys, there is a breakable block. I just kind of forgot it.
You have to start using your jet before you...
No, I'm not on that platform. So yeah. I forgot it was that soon. I thought I had another screen of like enemies in the way. So that's that little secret, which actually I didn't know about until like much later playing this game because I've always fallen through that spot so fast. It's actually really worth doing because the legit way of going through this level is actually kind of annoying. You got one spot that's really rough to use with the jet. That spot where you gotta like arc under some spikes. Now you gotta arc under a platform and then fall down to the right. It's actually hard to time it because there's been a lot of times I've died doing it. Here is the next one.
Dude, get your jet power on.
I'll be quiet, yo.
No, but you...
I don't need it yet. I think it's the next screen. It's after this one.
Yeah,
Okay.
but now you...
No, I know what to do.
You start too late.
No, I didn't. I did not start it too late. Now be quiet, you. Trying to tell me how to play a game. Like I'm not a Mega Man expert.
Sometimes I wonder.
There is like a invisible block somewhere. So okay, it's over here. Now, because this game likes to troll you, jump here. Because you'll fall through the blocks here. I really need weapon energy, like the one time I need it. And the game doesn't want to give it to me. Is there someone here? I think there is. There we go. Now that I have fallen past that before. So we should be powering back up our Yamato Spear, which is good because you need it for this boss. Probably the
dinosaur, right?
the only slightly kind of challenging boss in this game.
Well, 'cause you gotta get up top to hit him, right?
He's annoying to hit. You gotta ride little platforms and hit him. And the problem is the Yamato Spear is a little annoying to aim because it either goes up or down slightly, and you gotta remember which one's shooting when you're shooting. Here's a really annoyingly placed squid enemy. They take too many hits. Okay, buddy, I'm over here. What was he looking at? You know, I really like the interior design of the door over here. Oh my god, Mega Man! Oh, I'm dead. That's what I like to think.
Yeah.
Alright guys, so equip your Yamato Spear here.
Shoot her!
Yes, shoot her. And you need to ride these little
What's up,
platforms
Dino?
and shoot him in the eyes, or the mouth or the face. The problem is, every time you shoot Yamato Man's weapon...
You're missing. You're missing.
Shut up. Yamato Man's weapon's either going to go
Stop
up or
missing.
down slightly. You have to remember which one you're shooting
You're
as
missing.
you're shooting him. Shut up, I'm trying to, like, explain this. I actually got to use an enemy.
You're missing.
What is it? He's an annoying enemy, this guy.
Want me to do it?
No, you're not touching my remote. It's probably the hardest enemy in the entire game, this thing, and it's all just due to the fact that there's a very small window to hit him, you gotta ride platforms, he's constantly shooting at you, and you got a weapon that has height adjustments you gotta make as you're ascending. So it's a lot of stuff working against you in that battle. But it's a minor challenge. One of the few things this game actually has to offer in terms of challenge. Good, I get my energy can back. I guess they realized I had to use it. Now I'm gonna ricochet these guys into another planet. Bye. Ow.
Kill the hot dog.
Alright. To anybody viewing this game, do these things look like hot dogs?
All 0 of them?
From my end,
No, there's two enemies there, Mike.
they kind of look like hot dogs.
Don't,
Hot dog buns.
don't encourage them.
You look like hot dogs in one.
They're not hot dogs. Alright, and the first time we have this in this game. Disappearing blocks.
Yeah.
And they make it so that you can't like skip it.
You absolutely could skip it.
So, well, I mean, you can't like, you have to land on the block.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it forces you to slide through, but you know what? I'm gonna troll the game because I don't feel like doing that. I gotta just watch where this is going, okay. If you look up there on the right, I can get through a little secret passageway here. Ah, clever game. Now, I don't get how that works. While the shield was in front of him, I hit the top of the enemy, but it ricocheted off him. And then when he opened up the front side of him, I hit him on top, threw the shield, and killed him.
Yep.
Logic?
Yep.
I don't see logic in that.
I see logic in this.
Nintendo rules. I want to get him to moonwalk. Yeah, moonwalking Mega Man. Oh, I could have used that.
Use a rocket pack.
No, I don't need it yet. Well, actually, I could do it right here. Oh, I nearly got hit there. That would have been a bad spot to get hit. Want me to use a rocket pack? I am not getting that life energy.
Get that one.
I'm not getting that life energy.
Okay.
It's
Got it.
very hard to get that without dying.
Can Beat get it for you?
No,
No.
he doesn't retrieve items. If you are feeling suicidal, you can
I
try
don't
to
think I've ever gone.
I have. It's tricky because you gotta like really
Right.
hope to not
A
die.
light tap on the button, I guess.
Alright, Joe, what weapon should I use?
Wind.
Alright, finally the only time Windman's weapon is actually kind of useful because it kills the next enemy. This guy is actually a pain in the neck to fight with the regular Buster, which I'm going to show that off a little bit first. Because he constantly keeps trying to roll into you. But you can send him back if you keep hitting his wheels. You will knock him back. The only... a minor challenge, but even this guy's easy. You gotta keep hitting the cannon with the wind blast. And almost die in the process. And there you go, Joe. Happy Windman killed something. It's not the best weapon, it's a piece of garbage. Unfortunately, Mega Man 4... Oh, I forgot about these things. Mega Man 4 started the trend of Mega Man levels, or Mega Man games having to be 16 levels long. It is overkill.
It would be such a bad thing if the passwords...
If the password brought you a little bit further than
like,
just
cover
halfway
the
through the game, it would be better. These games have a bad habit of really overstaying their welcome. Actually, 4 feels the longest.
3's also 16 levels, isn't it?
3 is long as well, but oh, I nearly died there. Yeah, these fans are actually kind of annoying to deal with. I actually like it. It is a good, legit hazard in the game, but that's the last time we'll ever see those fans.
Should cough pretty good.
Alright, we got our teleport chambers, which is a staple of all Mega Man games after Mega Man 1 pretty much.
No, you could.
Top left.
Top left. Alright, let's see who's up there. I'm going to guess...
I never remember. Never.
Windman.
Yeah.
Okay, Yamato Man. I was totally wrong. Alright, the weapon that kills Yamato Man, because I didn't get a chance to show this off, it is the Silver Tomahawk. So I guess Native Americans beat Samurai? Was that ever in Deadliest Warrior? Native American or Samurai?
You did like Comanche versus... I forget who they
Middle right.
Middle right. I'm gonna say... Nightman.
I think the Samurai fought a Viking. I think it was
Flame
Viking versus Samurai, I think was one of them.
Alright, and guess what weapon
Knight
beats
versus
Flame
Pirate.
Man?
They did Knight versus
Go ahead,
Pirate.
Joe. What weapon beats Flame Man?
Wind.
Wind actually does. This is useful because without Windman's weapon, every time he shoots those like little flame pillars, you can't shoot through them. But guess what weapon goes through them? Windman. If he stops jumping. And Flame Man is down for the count.
Like here, they won't tell you port you out until you actually get the
Top right.
power up. Like whereas like some of the other games, you can end up accidentally.
Oh, this is
leaving
Blizzard.
it.
Alright, what weapon do you think melts the snow?
Wind.
Plant.
Flame Man.
Beat.
Beats by Dre.
I actually like the fact that even the little Wily chambers have little lightning effects on the bosses. It's the only downside with 5. I don't like the fact they don't send you to like a Wily thing.
Bottom left.
You don't send you to what?
No, like a customized boss room. It just sends you back to where you fought them. This is Nightman. Oh, I didn't think of all these taglines for these things. I guess I melted away Blizzard Man.
Tagline?
I put out Flame Man's fire. Nighty night, Nightman. Alright, which one?
Bottom right.
Centaur. Top Hawk. I guess that's the last of this Mohican. Mohican, whatever. So how do flowers kill middle left?
The middle left.
This one?
Yeah.
How do flowers kill a Native American? Plant man.
Well, you went to
That's
left
all.
but not mid left.
I guess we gotta break this horse's
Well.
leg and put him to sleep. Didn't Jax call it Kentaro Mr. Ed?
Did he? I don't remember.
I think so. In Mortal Kombat Annihilation, the greatest movie of all time.
Pretty bad.
You know, then again, Nightman should be Centaur Man, because don't knights ride Centaur? Not
What?
Centaur. No, they ride horses. I mean,
What? Knights ride centaurs.
knights ride Centaurs.
Well, I mean, if the centaur's half knight and then it's right.
A knight rides a centaur that's also half knight.
Yeah. Mid left.
So you get 1.5 knights and half
Windman.
horse. It's 1.5 knights and half horse.
Windman's been the last one. All right, Plant Man. Here's something really hilarious with Plant Man, Joe. You're gonna like this.
What?
He won't hit
He
you.
will never hit me here. I mean, he could if he sort
Well,
of
that's
if he
that,
runs into me, he could.
Oh, okay, that's off. That's weird. Huh.
What's the matter, Plant Man? You don't want to hit me? Sometimes he could if he like lands like right here and then runs to the right, but he's pretty whatever. All right. Ironically, there's two Robot Masters that kill him:
But yeah,
Blizzard Man and Flame Man. It's time to make this guy mulch.
Flameman doesn't do as much damage, I don't think.
Oh, he actually hit me. Flame Man doesn't hurt him as much, but I guess they thought like, oh, we don't want people to run out of power. I guess. Hey, maybe I hit him and it knocked him like out of sync or something like that. I'm actually getting hit here for once, which is rare. Alright, Joe, it's your favorite guy.
Yeah.
And we're gonna embarrass. Oh, I can't kill him all in one shot. Oh.
Was it Michael Leader? Maidwin Man?
Daniel Valley and Michael Leader, yes. Two of our Robot Masters were made by American kids.
It was a Nintendo Power contest.
Yeah, and I
Oh,
remember,
really?
I remember looking at those pictures. They were god awful.
I think they misspelled Daniel Valley's name or something like that.
Now, fun fact with how this guy works: every time you hit him, he'll suck you in faster while he's doing that attack. So, oh, you jerk! Ugh.
Use your gun, what are you?
Burp. Alright, and let's attack Dr. Wily. Or just teleport out of the level.
Yeah, I kind of wish, I like it better when, that teleport took you right to the Wily fight.
Yeah, but I mean, there's...
This is anticlimactic. It takes
No, you got one more level. Perhaps. I don't know, every other game's had a secret level afterwards. Were there things on the side here? Yeah, there were.
One's an enemy.
A little bit of a troll. Now, Dr. Wily in this game is ridiculously easy. In fact, this is one of the rare times where, the best weapon, one of the best weapons of the game, or the most useful one.
Tomahawk.
The most useful weapon of the game is actually what kills Wily.
He just opens it up for you to hit him with. He's just here.
Yeah, I guess, you know what, it's like Ivan Drago versus Rocky. It's all offense, no fighting psychology, it's just haymakers galore.
I love that 30 for 30.
I don't even know what he gave me. Whatever, Eddie. Alright, so I have two choices. I can either kill him with the power adapter, or I can kill him with the tomahawk thing. Tomahawk's easier. I'm just gonna kill him once and for all. We're gonna put an end to Dr. Wily. We're done giving this guy second chances. We've given him 5 chances already. He's dead. I don't care what anyone says. First form jumps left and right, shoots these giant snot balls out of his nose. You are on a floor that kind of brings you to the left, so just be careful when you're sliding
It's
to
the
the
Wily
right.
theme. Music.
I like this music.
Yeah.
When
This
that,
Wily's a little bit harder. Oh, I might get hit here. Or not. Wily's being oddly kind.
Nice.
I like the way this fight is like represented at the beginning of Mega Man 7.
Oh yeah, that's true. Alright, now we have the final form of Dr. Wily. And again, it's Wily Space Teleporter version 2.0, whatever. And it's just like, he just gets destroyed by this
He
weapon.
just like opens himself up to like...
Actually,
There's a big difference from Mega Man 7's
Is that like
Wily
a-
capsule.
oh no, Mega Man 7's Wily's
Are
ridiculous.
those shots homing?
Really hard.
Nah, they rotate, but it's just he has me in a weird spot. And Wily's dead. That's it, Wily. No more second chances for you. You didn't even do your eyebrows this game, and I'm mad at you for that. You're going to jail, Wily. I'm not letting you get away this time. Dr. Wily B. Number. Triumphant at last, Mega Man arrested the notorious Dr. Wily and brought him to justice. Sentenced to prison for his crimes. Dr. Wily now rules over a prison cell. Wah wah. At long last, the world is at peace. Forever. Because Wily's never going to come back because he's in jail. Alright, here's the staff. I actually kind of like this. It makes me think like this is what the robots do when they're waiting for Mega Man. Yeah, la 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 la. I like snow.
I like to play checkers. Did you see him
I actually do kind of like the remix of like, this is like Sonic the Hedgehog when they used to like mix all the musics together.
I like his like trot sound.
No, the sound effects in this game are good. It's a well-made
Big
game.
clop,
It's at the
clop,
very, very tail end of Nintendo's like life, but it's a good game. But it just lacks challenge. It's not a hard game. If you're like a seasoned Mega Man player, this game's easy, really easy. Flame Man just likes to jump around and shoot the ground, I guess, when he's bored. I like his feet. He's like little pointed shoes.
Yeah, it's like what's it, like genie shoes?
I guess so. Now this makes me wonder, like, is there like an invisible Mega Man that's acting as something for these guys to shoot at?
No, it's probably just
However, they would
doing their attack.
No, their AI is kind of reacting to where you are. Like, they don't turn around unless like you go under them. So here's one of the American designers, Daniel Valley, which his name might be spelled wrong.
What's it say? DWNB14 or?
Oh, it's like the robot number since like Mega Man 1. Like Mega Man 0 rolls, no, Proto Man 0, Mega Man's 1, rolls 2, and then it goes
Cut Man's 3. I think.
progressively through all the robot masters.
Okay.
I will do Rockman and Forte at one point. That's a hard
hard.
game. I might have to do a play test first and then play it. It's a really hard game.
I don't even think it's that good.
Play all the
honestly.
X's.
I don't like the fact that it goes by Star Fox rules. I wish
Yeah.
it gave you all 8 guys available. No one's gonna do Astro Man first. He's really hard in that game.
I don't know why Mega Man was on a kick of like not giving you the 8 Robot Masters at first. After around Mega Man 7.
I don't mind the 4 and 4 too much. But I just didn't like.
But I mean, it just takes a great concept and cuts it in half. It's just stupid.
Yeah, no, I agree. But sometimes
I think it's because the Game Boy.
sometimes they
makers
force utilization of those weapons for the later levels, which, I mean, 8 does that. I don't think 7 ever does, really. Here's Yamato Man. Oh, and Windman was our other robot master made by an American. That was Michael Veeder. Alright, so my overall review of Mega Man 6. It's a well-made game, but it's something hollow about it when you play it. Like, it's good,
Like
but
Kenji Sugimoto.
it lacks
He was,
challenge.
Oh,
Little review.
I know. I was gonna say that Kenji Sugimoto was in the Street Fighter movie.
That's awesome. Who was he in Street Fighter?
He was when Guile was giving his speech. He was one of the soldiers that smiled and nodded. Because he was a producer at Capcom. He produced the movie and the Street Fighter cartoon and Mega Man cartoon. His name's in those credits.
Okay. Alright, so my overall review of Mega Man 6. It's a decently made game. It introduces some new concepts that a lot of the later games would adapt, like the energy balancer, or just the notion of being able to automatically fill your weapon energy without having to switch to it. The rush adapter things are cool in this game. All the levels look really cool. I like the branching paths concept. The challenge, though, is lacking in this game. That's the only thing that really kind of nerfs it to me. And enemy placement's just kind of thrown together. They're just minor inconveniences. They don't really offer a challenge in a way. So it's like a good Mega Man game, but it kind of feels a little hollow in a way. So overall, my review for Mega Man 6 is an 8 out of 10.
Alright, Mega Man 7 now.
I am not doing Mega Man 7 right now. Maybe next week I'll do Mega Man 7. I can continue that.
Continue a little bit, yeah.
I should probably do that. Anyway, guys, those of you on my stream, stick around because I'm immediately going to change to another game. Those of you on YouTube, this is Poe Pro signing out.
Retro now. You should play retro.
Peace, love, and happiness. Wisdom, knowledge supreme.
Well, you did.
Poe Pro blesses you all. 1.
Do you have Nicki Minaj in your time?